my friends. Tonight, we made history. In the words of Nelson Mandela, it always seems impossible until it is done. My friends, we have done it. I will be your Democratic nominee for the mayor of New York City. An hour ago, I spoke with Andrew Cuomo about the need to bring this city together, as he called me to concede the race.
Oh, he quit? He actually quit.
And I want to thank Brad Lander.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude. Brad's a good dude, bro. See? Look how much praise he's getting. Look how much praise he's getting. Everybody always says, like, leftists are Bernie bros are annoying, blah, 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 all this shit.
The power of the
He did the honorable thing.
Alright guys, that's
Through and
basically Zohran Mamdani. Zohran Mamdani, dia telah menang primary election. Primary election macam untuk Democrats untuk bertanding sebagai mayor di New York. Sebagai mayor di New York. Ini agak semua pandits di US telah bercakap, in fact begitu sampai di Israel telah komen. Ini satu macam gigantic shift in the political history of the US. Ada seorang yang sangat muda 33 tahun, yang Muslim, was born in Uganda, and is a rapper as well. So dia menang. So basically macam primary ni macam kita kat sini ada macam PKR, dia ada macam internal punya apa tu? Macam bertanding baru ni lah, macam ketua cabang untuk PKR macam ni Nazmi, kita Rozak, all the big shots yang kalah. Andrew Cuomo ni establishment, dia macam a son of governor, dia pun former governor sini. Sekarang macam New York tu bandar yang I think terbesar di US. I think dia punya GDP pun 115 billion per annum one of the biggest. So this is memang traditional blue state, democratic punya state. Yang sekarang ni Eric Adams yang mayor sekarang ni. So kalau macam menang macam ni, dia basically PKR, ketua cabang ataupun ketua bahagian untuk UMNO, dia akan dia punya right untuk bertanding dalam dia macam kita punya PRU punya election. Mungkin dia akan lawan Republican, tapi this is macam kubu kuat Democratic, macam itu kubu kuat UMNO. So chances orang UMNO akan menang. Dia tak menang lagi, tapi dia punya significant yang saya nak ceritakan macam dekat sini is Mamdani ni dia telah memang create satu I mean a simple word itu kalau bagi tu is hope, because all this while kalau macam you go against establishment, macam baru ni saya ada borak dengan Brother Ben, kita cakap pasal siapa go against basically establishment kat sana yang control US politics, basically Israel. So Jamal Bowman masa awal tu dengan Cory Bush, this basically nak minta untuk ceasefire, a few months after that they said I think this is too much, just make common sense. So basically the Israel punya establishment, Israel punya the big donors semua dia pumped 20 million untuk kalahkan Jamal Bowman dalam primary. So next term dia tak boleh bertanding lagi lah dekat tempat dia. Dia bagikan pada kandidat yang pro Israel. So Mamdani ni tuan, berapa? 33 tahun. Nobody. Dan saya check semalam, dia punya both his parents basically Harvard grad juga. I think the mother is I'm not too sure, but probably the father is a professor dekat Columbia University. Right. Okay, apa saya nak cakap tadi? Basically, I think initially dia garner, I think about 1% dia punya daripada popular vote. Orang tak kenal pun siapa Mamdani. You lawan dengan, Cuomo yang memang, I think Cuomo is a billionaire. I think dia punya net worth about 104 billion US dollar. So you just bayangkanlah. Tapi Mamdani ni macam dia betul-betul buat grassroots. Tuan-tuan kena tengok. Just check Zohran, Zohran Mamdani. Benda ni memang viral sekarang dekat US. Because yang satu commentator, a political commentator US kata kalau macam left wing, macam Democrats ni, all this while dia rasa macam nothing good about the left wing. Macam left wing ni orang yang left wing ni kalau macam dekat UK mungkin macam Labour lah kot. Saya pun memang kawan politik tak tahu sangat, tapi left wing banyak yang pro leftist lah. Left wing leftist yang tolong rakyat, tolong yalah. Tapi basically macam dekat US ni, all these congressmen, all these politicians basically dah bought over by, basically dia dah tahu macam dekat US is either you on the right or on the left, is basically they bought over by lobby group. Lobby group yang dia ada banyak, macam NRA, National Rifle Association, the rights to bear arm, ada macam Big Pharma and what not. Tapi antara yang paling powerful itu tak kisah, because kalau macam whatever lobby macam saya cakap semalam, lobby benda tu untuk orang US, untuk dia punya benefit. Tapi yang dia tak tahan is basically bila the lobby group ni dia lobby untuk another country, a foreign country. Itu yang one of the, sekarang dah banyak lagi resurface. Bila the first president yang cuba nak registerkan APEC ni, dia ada banyak ADL whatnot. APEC sebagai foreign agent, because dia punya interest is untuk lobby kalau US, untuk US sokong Israel. So probably that's one of the reason John F. Kennedy cuba nak registerkan APEC sebagai foreign entity. Lepas tu dia cuba nak, I think dia marah satu pasal Israel curi macam US punya nuclear weapon, dia buat sendiri. Dia bergaduh dengan Ben Gurion. I think there is a long exchange of letters or memo between them, and sampai Ben Gurion step down, tapi dia still insist. Sebab masa tu si JFK dia tengah negotiate dengan Russia untuk sign NPT, non-proliferation treatment, untuk basically untuk reducekan the Cold War, untuk buat berlumba-lumba untuk buat nuclear weapon. So while dia tengah nak buat benda tu dengan Russia, Mamat ni pergi curi nuclear technology masa 1960s dan dia buat sendiri. So dia memang marah masa tu. Dan I think satu lagi yang dengar kalau macam sekarang kau tengok, just check JFK. Dia nak cuba juga suruh basically dia agree to 750,000 about 800,000 masa tu yang Palestina kick out masa 1948, masa Nakba tu, daripada Palestin sekarang Israel lah, untuk pulang balik, dia nak bagi that rights. So sekarang pasal benda tu, dah banyak, saya dia punya long story short, dah banyak dah orang cakap Mossad dengan CIA, this is basically deep state yang nak cuba bunuh Presiden Amerika, basically beralah ni. So dia tahu Amerika dah sampai sekarang, think basically the public have lost their trust in the government because there's a deep state. Kita balik pada Mamdani. Itu basically the snapshots of basic campaign banyak sini. Yang paling kuat is basically all the established media, Sky News, even Saturday Night Show, Stephen Colbert, I think Telegraph, Guardian, whatnot, Rupert Murdoch. Memang dia akan bagi, dia semua basically the line. In fact, macam semalam saya ada komen macam yang ada first yang viral tu, dia orang katanya sebagai mayor candidate for New York. So dia kata what is the first country yang you kena visit, So daripada 5 contestant tu, the first 4 semua cakap akan visit Israel. You bayangkanlah, you nak jadi Datuk Bandar KL ni, apa kena mengena you nak pergi, nak melawat, I don't know, Vietnam or some other foreign country. So Mamdani cakap no, dia kata I'll stay here, I'll fight for New York. Why should I fight? So dia memang dia akan tanya the line of memang akan tunjuk dia ni anti-Semite. No, dia kata macam of course Israel exists. So what he's trying to do is basically bagi equal rights. Okay, of course he also right, dia tak bersembunyi, and dia also a member, believe in the BDS. guys, I think a couple of state dekat US memang outlaw. You tak boleh boycott Israel. BDS basically boycott divestment sanction. Satu grassroots movement untuk boycottkan company-company yang bersekongkol dengan Israel. I'm one of the member lah dekat Malaysia. So basically dia support that. So BDS pun memang pada Israel satu ancaman yang besar because dia menggunakan non-violent punya resistance. So basically dia also pinjam daripada apa yang resistant in the South Africa. I think 2005 itu ada all the 180 NGOs civil servant in Palestine ditubuhkan benda itu untuk resist the occupation through peaceful means. So that's why benda dalam macam global kita cuba buat macam ni lah. I know it's hard. Okay, go back to Mamdani. Right. So guys, ini orang kata macam David versus Goliath. This is the thing kan. Okay, satu benda lagi. Ini baru calon ketua cabang New York. Dia belum tanding lagi proper. I think I don't know, maybe couple of weeks. I pun tak ikut sangat. Hopefully dia boleh menang. Tapi ada gak orang cakap macam macam yang sekarang the incumbent ni, Mayor New York ni adalah Eric Adams. Eric Adams pun banyak skandal juga. Dia mungkin dah keluarkan. Dia mungkin akan bertanding lah. Akan bertanding sebagai independen. Super gak macam yelah ketua cabang yang kalah baru-baru ni macam PKR. Dia akan bertanding sebagai independen. Termasuk juga siapa Tok Nenek Andrew Cuomo. Ada orang tanya adakah dia akan bertanding sebagai independen. Okay. So basically kalau macam kita dah think batu pun kita Stan Chua masa dia lawan tempat dia Prabhakaran bertanding, masa dia tak boleh, dia ada isu, so dia bertanding balik sebagai independen dan basically parti tu cancel him lah. Dia salah seorang aktivis yang sokong Palestin juga, so I kenal okay, tak apa. Basically tu adakah, so the kalau you bertanding sebagai independen tu macam yelah, parti politik saya bukan parti tapi basically really you go against all the norms as good politician. Tapi basically what I'm trying to say is past couple of weeks kita banyak dengar cerita-cerita yang agak negatif. Of course kita IE pasal isu Gaza, Israel, pasal Tehran, pasal bom kan. So this is I think one positive thing that kita boleh dapat dan I think banyak orang semua cakap. Because basically Mamdani apa dia fightkan untuk the free rent, untuk ada macam free childcare, apa benda lagi tu, free bus, banyak benda tu basically untuk mendorong rakyat yang susah. So of course yang go against ni adalah all this capitalist yang establishment, yang backing Cuomo ni. Of course bila macam mana dia nak buat benda ni semua, of course they have to tax the rich. Ni orang tak suka. So basically the US ni dah very extreme. Very extreme dia punya gap between the rich and poor. If I'm not mistaken, only 12 people yang own the whole of wealth. I think the 90% the wealth in America, So in terms of, you're talking about wealth, 12 orang je. So you just bayangkan 300 million, probably the richest country in the world, but it is that the wealth of these 12 people you divide by 300 million. So you got that. But they are the ordinary people basically suffering. Dia orang tak ada seperti kerajaan macam kita. Even paternity benefits pun tak ada. In fact, dia orang punya itu satu hal lain lah. So benda tu dia dah macam, that's why bila Mamdani debat ni, dia bukan satu harapan. It's a hope. It's a hope for common sense. It's hope for guys, the politician. That's why I cakap kat macam kita pun, orang kita kutuk kita ni politician. I think politician kita nothing close to, sorry to say lah, US politician. So this is the thing, like kalau macam dulu dia bagi hope that even you kecil, kalau you boleh buat macam proper grassroots, you really fight for rakyat, in a true sense, you go against establishment. You might, you have a chance. Dia telah buktikan. So that's why macam whether the next election mungkin tu orang cakap Bill Ackman yang OpenAI punya CEO, the billionaire yang memang pro-Israel, Rupert Murdoch, all these billionaires mungkin dia akan through all sort of campaign against against apalah aku punya wish. Aku tak off tadi. Akan throw against him. You know, dia mungkin tak menang pun the next mayor. There is always that chance. Sama ada Enrico Cuomo tanding sebagai independent yang all establishment support dia. Sama ada Eric Adam. Enrico Cuomo pun dia ada banyak I think ada 21 cases against him, sexual harassment, whatever lah, I think corruption, and dia terpaksa step down sebagai governor. But it's still guys, ini macam kita, yalah, politik ni orang cakap nak jadi politician memang kena ada duit. I think Mamdani taklah miskin sangat. I think dia call, okay, bapak dia penting profesor, mak I think movie maker, ada duit. But still in the context of you nak bandingkan, I think Enrico Cuomo nak second 104 billion billionaire, you are smaller than ikan bilis, okay guys, and you kena lawan. Dan still, at least dekat sini kita menunjukkan there is seismic shift, you know, macam Mandela menang, you know, macam dia kata the first word, it's in the words of Nelson Mandela, it always seems impossible until it's time, until you to the point. Yalah, Mandela can go through I don't know how many years in dalam penjara kan. So this is the thing. It's given us hope. Betul dia memang shake the Republican punya all this while. So cakap both side. Basically you tak cakap you Republican ke, you Democrats ke, left ke right. They are still beholden to the donors, you know. Dia tak pernah fight for rakyat. So this is the first time macam ada seorang calon yang betul-betul dia tak malu. Dia tak malu dia ni Muslim, dia tak malu dia ni African ke, but he fight for the cause. Dan orang nampak, at least dia, that's why benda ni memang establishment akan takut bila satu politician yang betul-betul nak cuba fight for rakyat, you know, for something that is good. Mungkin dia kalah, tapi dia selalu send a strong signal to the Democrat establishment, to Hakim Jeffrey ke Chuck Schumer ke what not, nanti dia bagi. And of course, some of the leftists macam the quotes, I think AOC, Alexander Cortez, I think Jamal Bowman yang kalah, Prime pun dia sokong, Bernie Sanders, semua banyak dia orang tolong jugalah Mamdani, because they really give the leftist hopes, you know, at least ada orang boleh buat macam ni, that you can go against the giant, the establishment dengan all the monies. And you know, basically dengan dia punya social media memang very powerful. Dia dapat, I think, volunteers of 50,000 knock on every door. Dia boleh cakap Urdu, dia boleh cuba cakap Spanish sikit. So people can relate to him, you know. Then you know, dia mungkin tak jadi mayor, the next one, mungkin dia akan kalah. Tapi yang penting, he has already give hope to people in New York, and also to the people across the globe. So this is, guys, the most important thing, message yang Mamdani. So remember that name, Mamdani, Zohran Mamdani.